Animasi Club edisi ke-33. Nama saya Koni, bersama teman-teman tim di sini ingin memperkenalkan sejenak mengenai apa itu Animasi Club. Untuk teman-teman yang sudah pernah datang ke acara Animasi Club, selamat datang. Dan untuk teman-teman yang baru pertama kali datang ke acara Animasi Club, selamat datang juga. Sore ini kita disupport oleh IFI Yogyakarta. Karena itu saya mau mengundang François.
I hope you will enjoy this session, which is first the screenings and then also the discussion. I would like to add that Institut Français organizes regularly some movie screening.
Gimana kabar sore ini? Masih kuat kan puasanya, tinggal dikit lagi nih. Perkenalkan aku Lida dan aku berkesempatan buat jadi moderator di presentasi dan diskusi di Animasi Club edisi 33 ini, The Creative Process of Osman Cerfon.
I wanted those characters to be very basic. It's the idea is to represent a really basic version of humanity. And we try not to show everything, and to make you get, like, especially like death. That was one of the, in the concept of the series, that was the idea, not showing death. Like you never see people dying. You just guess that they're dying, and or you just conclude that they're dead.
And I want to ask you, because animation takes a lot of effort and it takes a village to make it happen, and how to find the urge to make it happen.
Actually, I try to make them comfortable with and not to stress them. So I think it's kind of it's a manner of management. And
I know that currently in France there are lots of social political issues right now. Does it influence your work, or you tend to move away from it?
Yeah, we are expecting that they try to shorten what we already thought we had in terms of social benefit. But I'm quite surprised the movement of protestation is repressed like this.
When do you create a story? Do you think, when you create a title or story, do you also think how the ending gonna work and how the start's gonna start? Or you make improvement to the story before you lock in that picture?
Thing to fix, because this is the last impression, and it's also how you leave the audience after the film, and what and especially there. Look, that was one of the version of the ending, which is quite different. And it's also and usually you watch there's the script and then the animatic, and the animatic. Usually the first draft of the animatic is like, oh, my film is gonna look like this. It's gonna be this. It's always a disappointment. It's often a disappointment. Then you have to there's another writing stage at the animatic. The animatic is another writing stage for me. No, I don't go into production until I'm satisfied by the ending at the animatic stage. And you can see also all the framing. The exposition of the frame is written there. It is not interesting. There. And I can show you a short moment of the animatic so you can see. And I've done the background in 3D afterwards.
Peut-être, il faut que tu montres que t'es un gentil garçon.
Because I thought it would be, I would find more interesting angles than if it's just imagine. But on the opposite wall of the sink of the bathroom, because usually that's how we do. The water comes from one point, but it's stupid because it's the film. Nobody sees that. But in my mind, I went that far. I think it's a bit too square, and that's something I've lost with it spontaneously. Yeah, I think it would have been more expressive if I didn't use 3D to base my background. But in a way, maybe I like more interesting staging. I don't know. If you choose to use that, I would be careful about that.
Yeah, this one is the most fun among all others.
Are you doing some research for every single detail on your screen? Are you doing yourself, or are you doing together with your team? And I want to know the way you doing research for your films. Thank you.
First of all, I think the fact that my animatics are very detailed, give me then later some my mind is more available to add details in every stage. At every stage, I say, how can I make it a bit better or more detailed? So and one default is stick to the storyboard. So I know that if I want detail, I have to put it myself. You won't add it. Otherwise, I'm really, the idea is if you work with people, is also so I really encourage them to suggest things, and it's an exchange. Otherwise, it's no use to work with people.
Did you show it to like a test audience before the production begins?
I don't do a test audience with but I show it to people I know. It's really important to show your work, but it's more I show it without saying anything, but to a friend, just to a one-on-one. I won't do a public projection or panel testing or anything. But yeah, when I'm close to 80% sure this is it. I show it, and just the fact to watch it with someone else makes you see your film through different eyes. You see the film, you watch the film through the eyes of the people with the side view. Say, oh, yeah. And when you feel awkward about a scene, usually there's something that you should improve, and then you ask, what is there something you didn't understand? You don't say like, did you understand that this film? No, you say like, what did you understand about the film? You more general question, and then if you feel, and then if there's something you're not sure about, once he told you his feedback, you say like, oh, and did you get this thing, this aspect of the film? And if he says, oh no, I didn't get it, you say, if it's important to you, you can say, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. People doesn't need to get. All people doesn't need to get it, but you can also decide, oh, this is something really important. If you miss this, you miss a big part of the film, then I should rework on the staging or in the rhythm. But usually just the fact to watch it with someone, I can feel a lot of mistakes and things to be improved.
So there's more? Okay, so we are at the end of our session here.
People are hungry. Yeah.
So maybe I want to close the session before Mbak Connie take over. I want to ask you the final question. What makes you want to share this film in Indonesia?
As we're here for a few months, I said like, oh, it could be interesting to meet people from animation in Indonesia, just to see how this is developing, and I think it's a kind of an exchange. I knew that there was a film festival organized in Georgia, Craft Animation Film Festival. So I was in touch with someone, Piotr, which is not there. It's a Polish guy who was in touch with Isa and Connie, and asked him if he can introduce me to people working in animation, and I offered if I could do, I don't know, a screening, a workshop, or whatever. Just so it was a good occasion. I think a good way to meet the people of animation in Indonesia. Yeah.
Alright.
So.
Thank you so much, Osman, for your shares for today. And
Beautiful place, and it's very comfortable for the event. Hopefully we can collaborate again in the future.